If you're destined to be at the top, then you will get to the top. But let destiny choose the path and the role you deserve. You may want the path to be in Bollywood, but destiny may decide that it has to be in prostitution. So be it, but to the top you will get. That really is the crux of this movie that I'm now reviewing. This is Sanjeev Kulkarni, back to you with a review of Gangubai Kathiawadi. Gangubai Harjivan Das. She lived during the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and was one of the top, what's the best way to say this, but madams in the brothels of Mumbai. This story is also inspired by Hussain Zaidi's book, Mafia Queens of Mumbai. Now, needless to say, she has led the life of a prostitute and she's also called as a mafia queen, so obviously she's not a saint. But in this movie, they have shown only the positive aspects of Gangubai's character, how she got thrown into this world of prostitution, cheated upon by her lover or husband, whichever way you look at it, got from a place in Gujarat, from a rich place, her father was a lawyer, got in from there, sold into a prostitution racket here. Like as I said, if you're destined to be on the top, then destiny will push you or take you to the top. And how she gets to the top of this so-called red light world in Mumbai. That's really what is the crux of the storyline here. Typically, I'm not a big fan of Sanjay Leela Bhansali's movies because I find them to be a lot of shosha and a lot of music in a very big, grand manner. The good part is you don't get to see a lot of that in this movie. There is still, the sets are grand the way it needs to be in the 50s and 60s, but it's not the typical kind of grandeur that we have been used to seeing Sanjay Leela Bhansali's films. This is more in the series of Black and Guzarish kind of movies. The one thing that did disappoint me a bit was that this is a movie which, at least in the old days when there were movies shot in the red light area or tawaifs, so to say, they were rich on dance and music. I kind of went in expecting that there would be some level of dance and music, so that's a bit of a disappointment. You don't get to see that much. There is one song that plays frequently these days, but that's about it, and nothing great in terms of dance there. But that's probably where the negatives end. And the other one, of course, as I said, they have only focused on the positive side of the lady. They have not tried to give a holistic view of who she was, which is probably not needed. It's a storytelling angle. But now let's come to the positives. Acting is probably the biggest positive of this movie. Not just Alia Bhatt's character, but all the others as well. I'll come to that too. But let's start with Alia Bhatt. First, when I thought Alia Bhatt as a prostitute, Alia Bhatt as somebody who's like supposed to be a mafia queen or a madam in the prostitution ring, I just felt that she doesn't fit the role. Neither her physical appearance or her looks, because she still honestly looks like a child. But to begin with, when the movie starts, that thought gets into you. But as the movie progresses, the way the lady picks on, be it her body language, be it her voice modulations, you just start following the character. You start falling in love with this actor called Alia Bhatt. Amazing. You have to definitely give full points to her for that. Increasingly, the pain that you see in Alia's eyes was really impressive. Certain sequences, where she's dancing and remembering the garbha that she used to do at her home and how the expression changes when she's talking to her mom for the very first time after many years, the pain that you see, or the pain when she's in a car ride with her supposed lover now. Those instances really show that she has evolved as an actor. Probably, it's Sanjay Leela Bhansali bringing this out of an actor as well at times. But you can see that evolution. Also allowed some of those small sequences where, for example, she's getting into a cozy situation with her lover and there is Devanand's poster. She's a big fan of Devanand. So she just kind of flips it around, kind of makes you giggle. For me, the highlight in Alia's acting really was the speech that she delivers at the very end. It's a very well written speech. So kudos to the dialogue writers as well. I'm not sure if how inspired it is from the real speech that the real Gangubai might have given, but the cinematic adaptation actually has a good punch in it, and the way she has delivered it, starting on a bit of a comic note and then taking it towards a more serious and impactful kind of a delivery, was very good. And I don't know if it was a single shot, but when you're viewing it, it kind of appears like it is a single shot. And I'm sure the kind of practice that they might have done, they could have delivered it in a single shot as well. But that was really impactful for me. And again, kudos to Alia for a wonderful performance. The other thing I love these days in movies is the role of the side characters. There used to be a time when side characters were very popular back in the 60s, 70s. Like character actors like Mahmood would actually command more prize than a hero. But then the character actor role kind of dropped. And now I see it coming back up. I don't mean in terms of value, but in terms of content, the kind of richness they bring to the storytelling. This film equally belongs to those side characters as well. Be it Seema Pahwa as the earlier madam of the brothel, or be it Jim Sarbh as the reporter, be it Indira Tiwari as Kamli, her Alia's best friend, or of course the very dependable Ajay Devgn playing Rahim Lala or Karim Lala at that point in time. But surprise, to be honest, was Vijay Raaz in a never to be seen kind of a role. I was mighty impressed with how he carried off that role. I wish there was more to him. That character kind of has a very sudden death as a character, not the person dying in the movie or something, but the character kind of just fades away, which I thought could have been dragged a bit more because the actor is so powerful in it. So as I said, it's all about the actors, honestly. Coming to the screenplay and the dialogue, it's the team of Utkarshini Vasist who has written both the screenplay and the dialogue, and Prakash Kapadia assisting in the dialogue too. The story really focuses more on the good side of this character. So for example, how Gangubai always wants to strive only to provide a better environment for this woman. It's a job that they're doing at the end of the day, and there is no need to look at it in a bad way, and at least have some decent, I know this may sound not so right, but a decent quality of life for these women as well. That's really what she strives for, and that's how they're shown. And lastly, the direction. As I said earlier, not a huge fan of SLB's ways of taking the movie, but the box office shines at him, so all power to him. But in this one, I truly loved. I did like his direction and his style in Black and Guzarish as well, and this movie sits in that category according to me. So therefore, I loved it. Go watch the movie for sure, because what I feel is, I'm not trying to glorify prostitution here, but the essence, what it is trying to say here is, you may want something from life, but when life serves you something else, instead of just sulking and giving up, because there are some characters in the movie who just kill themselves because they got into prostitution. Instead of that, you just adapt yourself to the life and get to the top. Now, this may not work with everybody. Some of you may say that, no, that's not how it works. Honor is more important. I appreciate that. What I mean to say is that the essence it's trying to drive is, if life gives you lemon, you got to make lemon juice out of it. That's really how I saw it. And of course, the performances, you have to watch it for that. So this is Sanjeev Kulkarni with my review on Gangubai Kathiawadi. If you like the review, please do leave your comments and subscribe to my channel. And if you wish to see more such reviews, do let me know which movie you would want me to review. Thank you. Cheers.